Thank you. Right now, you're in hurricane season. You heard Ryan talking about how we're in tropical season, and many people don't even realize that their home or business could be sitting in a flood-prone area. Information that could end up costing them financially.
It's kind of scary there. Tonight, our Michael Gibson speaks with Congressman Vicente Gonzalez about a new piece of legislation he's introduced, which is calling for the nation's FEMA flood maps to finally be updated.
Right now, there's not any map in existence across the country that we can wholeheartedly rely and say this is a real map on flooding.
U.S. Representative Vicente Gonzalez says he signed on to a bipartisan bill known as the Images Act. That stands for the improvement of mapping addresses, geography, elevation, and structures. In other words, it's a mandate to have our FEMA flood maps updated. He says it's been too long since that last happened.
We don't have reliable flood maps in this country. They're over 50 years old.
The congressman points out to our recent history of hurricanes that have hit our coastline as a reason to get the maps updated. In 2017, Hurricane Harvey blew through the coastal bend, but when it hit the Houston area, it dumped up to 60 inches of rain there, causing massive flooding. And many folks did not have flood insurance because government maps did not show them to be in a floodplain. So they never knew there was a reason to actually have flood insurance.
I don't have the exact figure of what it'll cost, but it'll cost a lot less than if we don't do it and end up in disaster situations like we have already in these past storms.
The congressman's office says that parts of the Images Act actually passed through the House back in 2019 as part of the National Flood Insurance Program Reauthorization Act. But it was eventually blocked by the Senate.
So this is a commitment, a bipartisan bill, a commitment from Congress to be able to pass this bill to try to get the federal government to remap the entire country so we know who's at risk and who's not.
Congressman Gonzalez also says that some property owners have had their property listed as being in a floodplain when in fact it is not. It's hurt their property values and their ability to sell their land. Yet another reason to get those FEMA maps up to date and correct. Michael Gibson, 3 News.